Overturning the decision of Roe v. Wade is something that, I grew up knowing my rights as a woman, and now to potentially raise a young daughter in the future, knowing that her rights are going to be less than the rights that I have, I'm concerned. We need more women at that table.
Hey everyone, welcome to Unmuted. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper, and today I'm talking with Cara Mund, a former Miss America from North Dakota who decided to run for U.S. Congress after the reversal of Roe versus Wade.
Thank you for having me.
You grew up doing pageants, and in 2018, you were named the first Miss America from North Dakota. Huge deal. You've also been outspoken about some of the bullying you experienced in the pageant system. So how did pageants prepare you for this burgeoning career in politics?
Being Miss America was such a huge honor, but above just the title of Miss America, it was being the first from North Dakota. There was a lot of pressure, and it became very evident early on that I was expected to be a puppet, and I was not okay with it. I knew it had to be better for the next woman, and so I look back on my decision to speak out, and I'm so proud. It was one of the hardest days that I've had, but also the moment where I think I really found my voice and got the courage that when I see injustice, I have no issue at this point now standing up for those who aren't being heard. So at the end of my Miss America year, when I spoke out about the organization, I ended up getting a pro bono attorney who made me realize the power of the law. And I think that also then inspired my interest in policy making.
And you recently took the bar. Did you pass?
I did. I just found out a few days ago. So I was so thrilled. I say all the time, your failures aren't the things that you didn't get. They're the things you're too afraid to try.
So in August, you announced your candidacy to represent North Dakota in the U.S. House of Representatives as an independent. Why was the abortion issue such a catalyst for you?
When the Roe decision came out, I felt like there needs to be someone willing to challenge the status quo. The Democratic candidate at the time was anti-choice as well as the Republican candidate. And so I didn't feel like my voice, my perspective was being heard. And it wasn't just me, it was for women across the entire state.
And you're running as an independent, and you had to get 1,000 signatures to get your name on the ballot. But why didn't you just decide to run as a Republican or a Democrat?
The North Dakota GOP has recently enacted 2 rules that I completely disagree with, that I think are meant to keep people out, are there to keep only those that are wealthy. So the first rule is that if you try to get the nod from any other party, you are not welcome with them for 6 years. And then the other one is that now to get the endorsement from the party, you have to pay a fee. And so the fee goes all the way up to $5,000. So rather than pay to get on the ballot, I wanted to make sure I worked my way on the ballot.
Yeah, running as an independent is such a bold move. I mean, did you have any nerves doing this?
It is a bold move, and I knew I had to be as strategic as possible. From June until August, I was planning a campaign while also studying for the bar exam. The incumbent felt like it was just this guarantee. And then when it came time to run and to announce my candidacy, I knew they weren't ready because they didn't think that this would be a race.
Surprise.
Yeah. I knew it was an uphill battle, but there are a lot of ways to win. So whether that's bringing more women into the arena, whether that's bringing more independents in the arena, there's a lot of ways to define a win.
So in November, you're going to go up against Republican Kelly Armstrong, who's seeking his 3rd term. So what are some ways that you two differ, and what are some issues that you're running on?
Obviously, the Dobbs decision is a huge difference. He has stated that he is fully anti-choice. I've challenged him in a debate about our North Dakota trigger laws. He keeps pushing that it should be back to the states, but he voted against codifying it, and codifying it when most of the nation, I think, is pro-choice, and making sure that, those decisions are between a woman and her doctor. With the Inflation Reduction Act, I would have voted for it. He voted against it. And I think also just the partisanship and upholding democracy. He has stated that he hasn't watched the January 6th hearings, yet he's on the committee for the judiciary. It's a concern when that is your job.
What message do you want to send with your candidacy?
When people are upset with their government, when they are upset with their leaders, when they're upset with their parties, speak out. And there's a lot of ways to it. It could be voting. It could be running for public office. It could be supporting a candidate, especially as women trying to get into the arena. There are a lot of obstacles. We need women in these spaces, and especially after the Dobbs decision, because if you're not at the table, you're going to be on the menu.